I don't know if you guys seen this, but the fall of Lil Baby just has to be like studied, bro. Like I literally I'm like so flabbergasted by like this guy's career, what he's done with like his life. It's kind of crazy, and the only thing I could really chalk it up to, this was the moment, in my opinion, that we lost Lil Baby. Okay, the moment this happened, we lost that nigga, man. We lost him. Now you're gonna think that I'm being funny when I say that this is the moment we lost him, but we should analyze why we're seeing so much of. And let me explain it. We're seeing rappers who love to call themselves bosses, this and third. They talk usually in third person about how great they are. They come from impoverished backgrounds. They're from the streets. They're from the hood. They're super macho, this and third. Once they start hanging with a certain crowd in Hollywood, they all become emasculated. They all become feminized. They all become almost damn near like servants for said dudes, and they never kind of come across as the same afterwards. Okay, the authenticity that they usually display to the audience, that people gravitated towards them, it just stops. It's just never the same. That's happening, if you ask me, with Lil Baby. It just hasn't been the same. Meek was already kind of over, but we're seeing this more and more, and we're trying to make sense of it. So a video came out, which is another weak snippet. Like maybe, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I was one of those people who used to like, man. I used to say Lil Baby's one of the best. Like I used to say, yo, this guy is like one of the greatest rappers. Like he's in the top 3. Yo, he's one of the only Atlanta rappers that is going to be lyrically categorized with the top 3. And we all know the top 3 historically has always been a bunch of rappers who are not only hit makers, but they make good body of works, and also they could rap. So, like back in a couple years ago, this is all I used to say about Lil Baby. I was a very big fan, right? Let me see. And I'm gonna pull up some of my old tweets. Look, 2020, Lil Baby got robbed by BT. Disgusting. LOL, the rap Grammy nominations. The industry hates Lil Baby. Lil Baby features have been a stimulus package for the last year or so. I need another Lil Baby album in 2020. The little rappers are selling the most these days. I remember there was a time that people claimed the littles were going to be out of here. Baby and Uzi going crazy. Good music wins. Whoa. I said, why Lil Baby floated on that first verse of Whoa like that? Ain't finna lie. I'm gonna have a streaming party for Lil Baby's album dropping tomorrow night. That nigga ain't dropped a whack song since ever. Now, this is nothing personal. Just to be very clear. Just to let you know, I genuinely believe those things at the moment. Like at the time I said it. And now when I'm saying, I know people might be like, well, you and him don't really see eye to eye because he did show an album and you kind of feel away. Bro, like, I don't give a fuck at this point. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? And we'll talk about, like, some of his, he had a crash dummy, like, say something. We'll talk about it in a second. Genuinely, I noticed that he stopped challenging himself, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I swear. I'm starting to believe Lil Baby had a writer. It's no fucking way. Look at what I was saying about the dude, bro. And if y'all think that he's still making that quality of music and I'm hating, please just tell me. Please let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the chat. That I could check myself to be like, no, you taking this so personal. Bro, I used to say this nigga was going to be the guy I said he washed Drake on Wants and Needs. Literally. And Drake's my GOAT. You know that. I've never seen, like, his fall off has to be studied. I've never seen someone go from being the incumbent, the next guy to have the run, hopefully for the next 10 years, to literally cannot create an original hit song. He's either tone deaf, the people around him are just too yes man. I want y'all to honestly answer me. Do y'all think he's making the same level of music? What's changed? And I could be funny and be like, yo, oh, it's the Michael Rubin thing. I do think that's compromised his character. His character and his image has been compromised by constantly being around Michael Rubin that has fucked up how fans viewed him. Do you get what I'm saying? But in terms of the actual music, I honestly can't tell you why the fuck this boy can't find a hit. I'm so baffled. I'm at the point of thinking maybe he used to have a writer. Maybe someone was helping him with the music. Because it's no either that or the other option would be sometimes we hype up these guys who are good for an era. And when the shit gets old or stale, they can't come up with the new next thing. They can't adapt. They can't adjust. And this is an industry where you do have to adapt and adjust. And there was a moment in time, 2017 and 2020, 2021, that Lil Baby was going bananas and he could not miss. Now I'm in the place of saying he can't find one to save his life. I've never seen such an extreme. So he dropped a snippet recently. And before we get into talking about something you might see in the snippet, I want y'all to honestly tell me if this song is hot. Because I'm really listening. I'm like, yo, this is like the 8th song he's put out and nobody's feeling it. Listen. Actually, let me play it from Twitter that you could get a higher low. Here we go.
Bro, we hang out with a took a murder form. Can't get comfortable, ain't getting younger, putting this shit in overdrive. If you with us, ain't no difference, but it's fuck the other side. I can't keep on acting too much longer. Put a hood on my back, made us stronger. I'll step by myself, I'm a loner. All black outfits, ski mask, Balenci. Bro, we hang out with a took a murder.
Garbage. Terrible. Pure, unadulterated feces. One of them diarrhea ones. Like, this is just not good. Like, I've gone from saying he's trying to make the same song over again to now saying he's trying to make the same whack song over again. Because it's not even like, to me, even though On Me was dope, On Me, if you really think about the elements that make that song poppin', it's kind of like adding up some of it's using the formula of some of these hot songs, like even Whoa, that were already popping for him. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of, it's almost in the same realm. He almost had like a formula to make those type of songs. Now it don't even look like he's trying to make those. He's just doing some whack shit, bro. I have no idea. Now, I could be wrong. And if you think differently, please, I want you to check me on this because maybe I'm tweaking. Anyway, in the video, when I was watching and noticing, I couldn't help but notice that this nigga kept flexing his fingernails. Whether he was showing his middle finger or whatever, but he was flexing his fingernails. And let me know if I'm colorblind. My screen might be fucked up, but it looked like I thought I saw some nail paint. Here we go.
Murder form, can't get comfortable, ain't getting younger, putting this shit in overdrive. If you with us, ain't no difference, but it's fuck the other side.
I could be wrong. It looked like it was nail paint. Okay?
I can't keep.
Here's the thing. I asked people, I'm like, is this nail paint? Which, by the way, I will further just say this. You see, all y'all rappers who I've been giving y'all the remedy, I don't care what deal y'all got with Michael Rubin, man. Y'all getting emasculated over there. If this was a certain type of rapper, we would have given him the benefit of the doubt. The reality is that ever since Lil Baby has compromised his image, and now we think he's compromised his character with some of these moves we're seeing and some of the imagery, some of the people we're seeing him choose to associate with, right? And just how clownish these imagery looks. We see you in a reverse double stuffed Oreo with like two dudes. Like it's kind of looking weird. It's the reason why maybe it was bad lighting. Maybe it's perhaps it was bad lighting. But it's the reason why people don't give you the benefit of the doubt and actually believe, oh no, you're actually on that emasculating type of behavior with painting your nails, because everything about you, including your look. Like if I was the person in charge of Lil Baby, first thing I gotta do, I'm firing a stylist. Now he had a bunch of pictures before, but that nigga was dressing like a European model for like a good year straight. Like every type of clothing was just like, that's not what you would expect and not representative of the nigga, of the type of music you're expecting or he was actually making. Now, I've given this diagnosis a million times, so I don't want to keep doing it. This is just another whack song from him, and I do think he's trying to come with an album, but he's trying to catch one. And every single time, he's not catching one. Anyway, I did point this out on my Instagram, and of course, he came back, and according to him, right, and we'll get to the crash dummy in a second, he said, he cleared it up, and he said, what he said, give me a second. He said, y'all blogs got to stop posting anything. I ain't painting my motherfucking nails. At this point, y'all got to see niggas like Akademiks got an agenda. Miss me with that weird shit. No, LOL. Now, what I will say to Lil Baby, and by the way, I think he cleared it up. He cleared up that it's not true, right? So let's give him the benefit of the doubt now that he's addressed it, which, by the way, Meek, you should take notice. This is, even though he's calling me out a little bit, you clear it out. It's not true. I did not paint my nails, okay? Rather than only attack me, if you only said, man, fuck Ak, you a bitch, and not address the nail painting, that would be some Meek shit, but he cleared it up. Anyway, here's what I would say to rappers like Lil Baby and the like thereof. These days, y'all are making the agenda that y'all think the media are pushing. Y'all are creating this agenda. Y'all are looking all emasculated. We're wondering, as not only just media, as fans, why do we, this doesn't make sense. Why do we see you with those people? Why do we see you acting like that? Why is your music very much changed? Why are you so docile around those white folks when you're so aggressive around these people? Why do your action, what type of code switching is happening that your action is changing, that y'all are hugging and whatever and fighting over Frosted Flakes on a private jet, but that doesn't happen when you're in the hoods of Atlanta? That is the agenda that people are realizing. The agenda that y'all don't realize because y'all are pawns and money rules y'all is that the real agenda is that with now the Me Too movement and other things, number one, let me tell you what's going to happen. Jay-Z's getting silenced. Jay-Z ain't going to be around for a while. You see all that kneeling and shit that's done? That nigga going to show up at Beyonce concerts, pop out one time with his daughter in his arm. That's it. He ain't saying a motherfucking thing about nothing because they don't want to dig up. He don't want people digging up about him fucking underage girls too. I'm telling you, that's a fact. He's going to fall back. You ain't hear him say nothing. You ain't hear no more tweets, no more nothing. He's falling back. Let Diddy go down in flames by his damn self. That's what's going on, right? Diddy's going out in flames. Russell went to Bali. What I'm trying to paint the picture of, if you're going to talk about an agenda, I'll give you the real agenda. The black moguls that this culture have created, and rightfully so, because this is black culture when it comes to hip-hop, all of those people are running for the hills. They're out. They're dipping. Or they're being bought out. QC, one of the last standing hip-hop major labels, at least like powerful labels, it's now owned by Scooter Braun. It was purchased. Respectfully to my man P, and I'm not saying that it was a great business move still. He's the face of it, but it's owned by the white man. These non-hip-hop folks, a guy who owns an apparel company that wants to take advantage of the business the business sides of usually the pretty much mostly black athletes who make these jerseys and memorabilia popular, he's aligned himself with rappers. He's purchasing their cultural equity. But y'all don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So when you talk about the agenda, the only agenda I see is a bunch of guys who claim they would never compromise, they would never bow down, that nobody could test them, nobody could make them look like a bitch. These guys got y'all being emasculated on the highest of levels, and when y'all get mad, you only get mad at the crowd for laughing or for the people who are pointing it out. So that's the agenda to me. Why do all y'all look so sus? Why do we even think that y'all on some gay shit? If this was 2017, nobody would assume that. They'd be like, hell nah, man, that nigga from Atlanta, nigga. Come on, man, this is a street nigga, man. Come on. And you know that's lighting. It's 2024. We don't know about Lil Baby no more. Why do we think that you might be doing some of these things? We think your morals, your integrity have been compromised. That's the point. That's the agenda. We actually do believe that you're being ran by these guys who ain't into hip-hop. How many times do we talk about Michael Rubin? He ain't never rapped nothing, and he don't own a record label. Do you get what I'm saying? What agenda are you talking about? Because I'll tell you the one that I believe the majority of the people are talking about. The majority of the people believe that rappers, the self-proclaimed bosses who don't listen to no one, they feel that it's looking odd that, especially recently, y'all are all seemingly compromised. And maybe you don't think that's what it is. Maybe you think, oh no, that's just a business partner. Well, the optics of it looks like you're compromised. The optics of it reads that you're here and probably sending messages maybe on behalf of them, or I ain't trying to get onto some like some super pro black shit, but maybe to also mislead the youth and the people who hip hop influences. I'm just being honest with y'all. I'll ask Lil Baby this. What has changed with you? Is it just that you can't come up with a hit? I don't think so. I think that's one of the things, but I don't think that's it. I'm not making up this agenda. People are seeing it for themselves. Everything I'm saying, you know what people give me the ultimate credit for? They give me credit, like, for example, you know what the talk is in Lil Baby's camp? His music wasn't whack till Ak said it. Now everybody thinks it. They actually believe, and even Meek believes this too, when I vocalize my thought, everybody else adopts my thought. That's not it. I'm just regurgitating a lot of times a popular thought. I can't tell everybody. You think I could tell you, like, that would be a hell of a power if I had it. That would be a hell of a power if I had it, but I don't. There is, sometimes, it's hard to see the forest from the trees. Like, for example, when Meek says, like, the white people got Ak to come at me. You're the one with Michael Rubin. You're the one bunny hopping. You're the one hugging Robert Kraft like your daddy. You're the one who, in the same breath, say you have white billionaire friends. How the hell the white people got me to come at you when you're with the white people with the power? Again, I just wanted to address the agenda that Lil Baby feels like is happening. There is no agenda. But you guys and your actions do play into an agenda. Yeah, people think y'all compromise. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. Niggas think y'all compromised. Okay, anyway, I'm not the only person who have given these thoughts. And for whatever reason, they like to for whatever reason, they like to make it seem like it's only me that that is only me that necessarily, have these opinions. And if you actually look at it, give me 1 second. Other people have been saying the same thing too. Other people have been saying the same exact thing too. For example, the same conversation I've been saying. You could see being discussed on the Joe Budden podcast.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's dropped off.
Yeah.
Dropped off too, right? Lil Baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's dropped off.
Yes.
What I think his drop off though is more about the Thug case. To me, I think he really, especially in the beginning, had some real genuine concerns. Like that nigga was running around with the mayor doing charity work, the council. He was doing all types of political shit. Like I don't want to go over there.
Fam,
Like,
you just think it's music based?
What his fault? Lil Baby?
Lil Baby. No, I'm saying I agree that it was. I had to take a step back.
I had to take a
when
step
that
back.
list went out, there was I forget if it was leaked or whatever, but the DA Fannie
Willis.
Chad, I gotta play this because these guys want you to believe that Ak is some old grumpy hater that sits at his computer and wants and preys on a downfall. Now, granted, I've always said, a nigga diss me, I do hope you fail, but I can't make you fail. You get what I mean? Like, I'm just hoping, I cross my fingers, but I can't make you fail. But they want to make you feel like I'm the only person who feels like this about them. That's why I played
the Thug
this.
Rico. They had listed some other
Cases.
potential that they was looking
Potential
into, and one of them, if you connect the dots, kind of.
Yeah, I think that nigga was like, no, I'm about to show y'all I was a good boy, boss. Like I don't want no problems, and I think so. He was literally going around speaking to kids, like he was on tour. He was what's the lady that was pivotal in the Democrats win in Georgia?
Stacey Abrams.
He was torn with Stacey Abrams. He was torn with her. So I think the last thing on his mind was music. When your man is looking at life, and you could potentially be rolled up in the next wave of that. Fuck that rap. And I'm sitting on a couple dollars. Fuck that rap.
But now, the other side to that, because he did drop music.
It ain't catch.
And nothing caught. He's dropped singles and nothing caught. The music don't even sound the same. Like he don't sound the
It
same.
might not be able to
The
sound the
focus
same
is off.
after.
I keep telling y'all. I don't wanna again, I'm speaking as an assumption. I do not know this as a fact. Hearing like I'm unfortunately at the point and juncture that I have to believe that whoever was helping him make some of his early music, either not there in the process, whether that person was writing for him or not. I don't know.
I get it. I'm not even saying that the
some old
subject
shit,
matter
could be
is
whatever,
still the
yeah.
same. It just don't even sound good anymore. Like he hasn't sounded good, and people ran. I think he set himself up personally. I think when you jumped out the window and claimed yourself the Wayne, I said it before, you claimed yourself the Wayne of this new generation. You put a very big target on your back. You
Did he?
tried to step into some very big shoes and did not realize, like you just set a very high expectation
I don't think
that you
was
couldn't
it.
meet.
I think it was just.
Couldn't meet it.
I think it was inflated
Fam, he was
expectations from
fish
fans. Like he don't like.
He was fish grease. Everything he dropped was it.
Say it, nigga. Go ahead, say it.
He had like one album, and that shit only had a couple slaps on it. It wasn't bad,
that
but
album did not
it
have
wasn't.
No. My Turn was arguably album of the year that it dropped. It wasn't just a couple slaps.
What year did that drop?
Maybe
And
20.
he had the hardest,
He had a feature run.
and he had the
That was-
hardest
Yeah,
joint
he had a
Following
feature
right
on
after that.
Khaled's album.
He had a
He
feature
he
on.
was the standout dude wherever he went.
He
And
was a
anything
standout
touched.
dude of that.
Him and
It was
Drake
him
had
and it
some
was Dirk.
time.
But his solo music, I'm saying, didn't reach the apex of those features.
Or true. Or nowhere near a Wayne comparison in his solo shit.
I agree. I'm just saying, I think you should have never said it.
But
Well, I think that's inflated by the fans.
Niggas was quiet and him and Dirk was running around, even on their album
Running
or
shit.
individually. They was doing their own features.
I'll add this to it. He collabed with Dirk, and Dirk clearly got the better of the career upshift from that. The momentum went with Dirk. After that collab, you know, it's like we're sitting here trying to figure out how the hell this nigga fall off. Like, yo, hey, I'm really at the point of saying maybe this nigga just wasn't that good. Like, I don't know what. Like, again, we really thought this nigga was gonna be some generational nigga, bruh. He might just be one of them. He'll be one of the Atlanta greats, right? Because he is one of the Atlanta greats. But generationally, all across the board. Rap, no. You know what I mean? The difference between a Lil Baby and a Future is that Future has been relevant in every fucking, era, even when the music changes and even when his sound also adjusts and has to change a bit. How great could you be if you had a good 3-year run? And I always say, music is like a running back, but then you can't find a hit afterwards.
When I first came on the pod, them niggas was like fish grease
on anything.
Every
They
week
were the
we was
go-tos.
talking about them niggas. Yeah,
They were the go-tos, A+ go-tos.
Yeah,
We're going to go get Dirk
Yes.
or Wayne.
True.
Dirk or Baby or both.
Which side of the Royal Rumble is Lil Baby on?
The Atlanta side?
Drake.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I think Drake.
Nah. Atlanta's different.
I think it would have Future.
Where's Thug at? Where did y'all say Thug would be?
Future.
Then he's over there.
Yeah, he wherever Thug at.
He's wherever Thug is at.
I love it. That's
Okay. All right. Anyway, that's just criticism from another big platform. So it's not just me saying this. I will say though, I see one of the crash dummies from Faux PF. One of the crash dummies from Faux PF was like quickly in my comment section. Okay? Somebody named Said. He said, nails ain't painted. Your bitch ass gonna find yourself in a coffin. Yo, Mr. Said, okay, you must be the bitch boy over there that's running and fetching and getting all the goddamn, nail glue for Lil Baby or whatever the fuck you're doing. I would warn you on talking so hot when they're handing out RICO cases in Atlanta like pieces of candy. I would warn you on talking so hot on Instagram, but the mere fact that you talk this hot on Instagram, we know you ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. So what I will tell you this, okay? Maybe you the yes man in the studio that's making all this whack music come out, okay? Maybe you need to be the nigga who is not, because that little chain around your neck, you look as bum as the rest of them that he be around with, okay? He's the only nigga making the money. We don't know what you do. You probably just a shooter for hire. Maybe the next time when he say he about to go have a sleepover at motherfucking Michael Rubin house, how about you tell him to come to the trenches? How about you tell him to go hang out with you and the rest of y'all, because you seem to be riding for him. And when I talk about his nails, I don't see Michael Rubin on my comment section because he don't give two fucks. So maybe you could probably try to help him from making these grave mistakes that's making his career look like it's looking now. They're saying that the nigga is done. And this is the quickest. He was a number 1 draft pick, and they're saying, no disrespect, he's Johnny Manziel. So instead of you over here playing tough guy, and by the way, we shouldn't really talk about tough guy because I heard some things happen to some people who y'all used to rap about and nothing happened in retaliation. I heard those people are very active, and you don't talk to them like that. I don't like when y'all talk tough with not the tough guys. Remember I told Meek that? You don't tell that nigga that he gonna end up in no coffin. Actually, the only thing he do is end up in the booth and keep dissing y'all. So I'm kind of confused. I'm very confused, Mr. Said. But this is what I always say about you tough guys. You're only tough with the guys who ain't tough. I need to see. I'm going to look at your comments for the next 2 years. Will you ever say to one of them niggas who, do I got to mention specific stories? I won't. you ain't under their comment section. Hey, for what you did to our homie, you're... Keep it cute. You're a weed roller, nothing else. You're a crash dummy. You're inevitably going to end up in jail or probably dead crashing out for this nigga. Don't crash on Instagram. And I hope you're getting paid enough. Y'all been scared to claim full PF ever since they've been handing out goddamn RICO cases down there. Don't get on Instagram now and talk tough. Your boy don't even want to rap with his chest out no more about no gangster shit. Don't get on Instagram talking tough. Take that little 4PF pendant, run to the store, go crush up that weed for that nigga, and then go to Sephora and find the perfect thing that he could go put on his goddamn nails. And hopefully it'll be the good color match that matches with this nice little G-Wagon that y'all could write a fucking hit. Mr. Said. Anyway, let's pack that guy up, man. You see why I can't listen to you? Nigga, you a hoe. The chain that's on your neck was bought by the man you try to defend, okay? I don't deal with people like you because I got to get everything my damn self. I don't got no man putting a chain around me. He ain't going to bring me an ice box and pat me on the back while I'm bunny hopping and I'm jumping. That's what you little yes men do. That's why you're a crash dummy. But go crash out for some shit that really I care about, because what I'm talking about here is music discussion, okay? And your buddy put out a music video that didn't sound good. It was whack. And actually, to be honest, y'all should be happy that I talked about an appearance that the nails were colored, because I could have just said the obvious. This shit is whack. It's the 18th whack song your boy done dropped since the last album. When are y'all gonna catch one? You don't want to talk about that, Mr. Cedric. Cedric, will you want to talk about that? You don't want to talk about that. You know at some point you're going to stop getting paid if your man can't get another one, right, Cedric? You know all that put him in a coffin shit, it's not going to help keep the revenue and the lights on over there. You know that, Cedric. Again, if you got all this put him in a coffin energy, there's a lot of people who that's their energy too. But I'm not seeing you giving them that energy. Very sad, man. SETI, don't get your full PFPs confiscated. This is not the time for full PF to be in any type of aggressive type of tone. We're talking music. Let's talk music. Tell your boy to get one. I'll give him some.
So Lil Baby and Akademiks, they're beefing again. You feel me? You know I'm always riding with Big Ak, no matter what it is. Lil Baby, you feel me? He's not the smartest cookie in the bunch. You feel me? His veneers might be a little bit oversized, but man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Baby, it's no one's fault but your own fault. Like, you made them zoom into you, like it was dark outside, and like, okay, we know that Lil Baby didn't have actual like colored nail polish on. He had clear nail polish on. It was nighttime and they had the flash on, and he had like his hand down and the flash was on his nails, so it looked like he had like silver nails. Man, I can't really feel bad for you, Lil Baby, because you low-key did it to yourself, bro. Like, why are you going out with like foo-foo colors on, my boy? Like, come on, baby. I don't even know if I want to call you baby. Like, what do we call Lil Baby these days now, bro? Wham? Like, can we just call him Wham now or something? Like, come on, bro. Like, you did it to yourself, and then you got said in Axe comments talking about, oh, you gonna be in a casket. You like, why are you trying to act so? No one even knows you for anything, bro. Like, let's keep it a bean. Like, you're like Lil Baby's. I don't like. I've always seen him with Lil Baby, but he never talks. Like, you just see him there in an extra small T-shirt, like with his. You feel me? He's always in a small or I'm not even gonna say medium, a small shirt, and he should be in a large or a 2XL. You feel me? And he got a lean gut. His male nipples are just poking out. Like, come on, bro. It's crazy. It is crazy. But let me know how you guys feel about everything, bro. Is Lil Baby and Act, you think they'd ever be cool again in the future, or do you think it's a beef that's never gonna end? At this point, I don't even know if but I'm always riding for my boy Act, so we're team Big Act no matter what the situation is. Lil Baby, Lil Short Bus Baby, you feel me? Drop another hit, but you worried about the wrong stuff. Like I can't name you one song from Lil Baby in 2024. And I probably can't name you past 3 songs in 2023, honestly. Like Lil Baby, you feel me? What's that one coin called? Dogecoin. Lil Baby is like literally the definition of Dogecoin. Like it went up so high, so high, so high, and then it just dropped so quick. Come on, bro. But it's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.